So we are back, people, with another episode of the Toker Talk Tuesday podcast. And I'm sad, people. I'm sad. Uh, this guy who goes by the name of Chester Bennington decided to end his life. I believe it was last Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know. I don't keep track of days. He ended his life, and me being a big, humongous fan of the man, I'm really, really saddened by it. My thoughts and prayers, well, not really prayers, my thoughts and my sentiments go out to his family. And, I hope that, man, it's just hard, yo. Like, it's hard. Because I grew up with this dude, listening to this dude, constantly hearing this guy whenever I was growing up. I was a fan of their music. They're so different whenever they came out, Linkin Park. Just that guy's voice mixed with Mike Shinoda's, beats and his lyrics. Dude, is fucking crazy. I don't know, man. And, they're... I haven't even read too much on the fucking story. All I know is that... Because I don't like being that fucking nosy whenever it comes to people's deaths, man. Like, if he's not, like, my family, I don't feel like, going being nosy. Even though I was a big fan of his, I don't want to be that guy that just shows up to a person's fucking funeral without even knowing the person just to pay my respects. It's like, thank you, I appreciate that you admired, or that you have sympathy for my family in this time of grief, but I want to be alone right now. So I don't want to be that fucking guy that just intrudes on somebody else's moment of mourning. I'd rather, I don't know, man. It's fucking hard, dude. I don't even know where the fuck I was going with that, dude. It's just, how do you get to that state to where, you decide that there's no other way, that it's over, Like, how... And it's fucked up? I've heard people say that that's selfish. That suicide is a selfish act. Which I think is some of the stupidest thing I've ever fucking heard. Whenever somebody says that suicide is selfish. Because, yeah, then people are going through something. And if they end their life, then it's going to affect the people around them. Yeah, that's true. But it's not a selfish thing. It's not always just a selfish thing. It's not always about that person. Like, sometimes that person feels like that the people around them would be better off without them. And I know it's a terrible way to think, but I've known people that are like that. And I don't know, is it like a brain condition? Is it a chemical imbalance? What causes depression, yo? Is it just circumstance? Like, shit that you go through is, I don't know, dude, that's fucking crazy. Like, he just offed himself. Like, one of the most talented people that I've ever heard. One of the best voices of this generation, man. Just an amazing, incredible talent. And he just offed himself, dude. You know who I blame, though? I blame the people around him. Not like his family and stuff like that, but whoever left him alone. Who was there whenever he did it? And why did they leave him alone? Haven't y'all heard his lyrics, yo? You're not allowed to give that man any time alone with no shoestrings, no belts. Don't give him anything sharp. Take anything that this man could do harm to himself with away. Because I don't know if you've heard his music, but it's not the friendliest music. I mean, I'm a big fan, don't get me wrong. I love Linkin Park with every fucking bit of my body, dude. They're one of the dopest, most incredible bands. But they have really depressing music, yo. And I love it. I don't know if, it's something that connects with me, but it's depressing music, yo. Like, I don't know. You wanna get, like, in your feelings with Linkin Park. And they're an incredible band, don't get me wrong. I hope I don't, piss anybody off, any Linkin Park fans that are out there. I don't want y'all to get mad at me. But you gotta admit, man, you gotta keep a close eye on Chester Bennington, because I don't know who wrote those lyrics. Was it Mike Shinoda? Was it Chester? I don't know who wrote them. But I would keep a close eye on everybody in that group. Make sure that, they're all together, they're happy, they're staying hydrated. Do you got enough vitamin C? Make sure you got everything for them, because, I don't know, man, their whole entire sound is kind of emo. Even though I like Linkin Park. Damn, yo, that was a dark beginning for the fucking intro of this shit. I didn't even say hi to you guys. I didn't ask y'all, but I don't know, man. That shit hit me fucking hard, yo. Like, I didn't think I would care so much about, a musician until this one. Like, the way this one hit me, I don't know, it was weird. Anyways, damn, man, what's been going on, people? How you guys been? Hope you guys have been having better weeks and better days than me. No, I'm not gonna lie, my life has been pretty great. Other than that, everything's been going pretty good, man. It's another week goes by, and more shit gets done, more shit to do. But that's the way life works. Is you just keep doing shit. And then you do shit, and then you do shit, and then you die. And then you become grass, and then you become food for cows, and then you become something else that another human eats, because that's the circle of life. You get nutrients from all your dead ancestors. That's the way it works, kids. But, oh, you know what I did try? Speaking of eating cows, making burgers, even though I didn't mention anything about burgers. I have some deer meat that I got from a homeboy, which is Axis deer meat, and I made some burgers out of it, and it tasted pretty good. I did make it on a pan, which I know you're not supposed to. I know there's going to be somebody out there that comments on this saying, you're not supposed to make burgers on the motherfucking pan. You're supposed to make them on the grill, you son of a bitch. But I made them on a pan because I didn't feel like having to clean up a whole grill just to make 2 burgers. So I made them on the pan. They still came out good. I made one to where I blended it with onion and garlic, just the meat. And then I made one just the meat. So one had onion and garlic blended into the patty, and the other one was just meat. I just wanted to try it. And the one with the onion and the garlic actually tasted a lot better. So I think that's how I'm going to start making my burgers, even whenever it's just regular, meat patties. I think I'm going to start blending it up with onion and garlic, because that tasted pretty good. I don't know what it did to the meat. It kind of tasted juicier, though. Maybe it was like the sugars and stuff from the onion. I don't know how that shit works. But it was good. And I made it a regular hamburger because I didn't want to put all this other extra shit on it. Like lettuce and pickle and tomato and all that shit. Because I wanted to taste actual meat. So it was just basically a burger with cheese and meat and mayonnaise. And some ketchup. Because I like ketchup on my burgers. Even though I'm 23, don't fucking judge me, alright? That was a good burger, though. I'm going to make some more tomorrow. I'm actually gonna use a grill because I'm gonna make more than 2, and hopefully it fucking tastes good, yo. I've been saying I wanted to try deer meat for so long. I keep hearing it's healthier. I want to try a whole bunch of different animals. I wonder if that's gonna piss off any vegans out there. Like, what the fuck did I say? That stupid shit. Meat is murder. Yeah, I know. It's called the circle of life. It's called evolution. It's called being a fucking carnivore. It's what we do. It's what happens. You eat other animals to get energy, and then eventually you die, or you get eaten by another animal, and whichever case, you still become energy. That's what happens. And I want to try different animals, yo. I've heard elk. Fucking Joe Rogan has me wanting to try elk. I want to try deer. I want to try wild pig. I want to try... What would be a good animal to eat? I don't like seafish. Or seafish, what the fuck? Seafood. I don't like seafood. I like shrimp. I like tuna, the one that comes in a can. But I don't like actual fish. I don't like salmon. I don't like cod. I don't like jellyfish. I don't know. What other fucking fish do people eat? But I do like shrimp, and I like the occasional lobster. I have to be in the mood for lobster in order for me to eat it. Because I can't just eat lobster. It has to be with the steak, and it has to be only the tail. And I've tried the butter. Like, with the butter, it looks so fucking good on the commercials. Whenever they give it to you with the butter, and then they, like, take out some of the lobster tail, and then they, like, dunk it in the butter. And then it splashes everywhere. To where if that you actually did that in real life, your fucking waiter would hate you. Either that, or you would waste all your butter, and you would only have one piece of lobster with butter, because the rest of it would splash all over the table. Which is extremely wasteful for the fucking commercials if you're just jamming your lobster into the buttercup. Anyways, I have to be in the mood for lobster. And did I have a point to all this? No, right? I just come back here and talk stupid shit. But yeah, man. Oh yeah, because I was talking about eating different animals. I want to eat elk. I want to eat deer. You think possum would be good? I know people are always joking about, like, people in fucking Kansas or Montana or some random ass Trump for president, Trump that bitch states. They're always like, do they still eat possum? South Carolina, North Carolina. I know Charlemagne talks about eating possum. Does possum taste good? I don't think... Well, I'd have to verify to see if they have any diseases first before I try it. But I think I might try some possum. I want to try alligator, yo. I remember, should I admit this? It happened like 20 years ago. My grandpa, he had an alligator in his back pond. Because we're in Florida and shit like that just happens. He had an alligator in his back pond. And I don't know how they got it, how they caught it. But I remember being young and them catching a fucking alligator in our yard, alive. It was maybe like a 4 foot, 5 foot alligator. It wasn't extremely huge, but it was big enough to be like, oh shit, if that bites me, I'm, fucked. Because it was a big enough alligator to where it could probably take your arm and retreat with it if it wanted to. It could definitely pull your pants down, bite your dick off. They had caught it with like rope or something. They had tied it up. I don't really remember them eating it, but my uncle said that they did. Which I'm curious now. Did I try the crocodile, the alligator? Did I try it whenever I was younger? Because I'm curious. I do want to kind of try alligator. I've heard that it was good. I don't know how good. But I would definitely give it a try. If somebody was like, hey, this is alligator. I'm like, alright, well, I'll try a little bit of alligator. And then taste and spit it out comically. If it tastes gross, spit it in their face. Now that'd be rude. How are you going to spit fucking alligator food into the people that just kindly offered it to you? I'm a jackass. Frog legs. I don't know if I'll try frog legs. Just because they're gross and they got warts on them. They're always just hopping around in swamps and stuff. Well, alligators kind of have warts too, and they're just kind of, I don't know, but it's like, frogs remind me of rats. They're like swamp rats. Even though there are swamp rats. Frogs are like what's that name that they have for rats? The vermin? They're like the vermin of the swamp. They're just kind of nasty. I don't know. And then they got big eyes. I don't know. I don't know if I'd try frog legs. Would it be... Where do they sell frog legs? Is that like a delicacy somewhere? Maybe like in New Orleans or something? I've heard people eating frog legs and snails. Like, I've heard rich people eat snails. Like, that's fucking gross. I would not eat snail. I don't want to eat any insect. My animals that I want to eat have to be at least the size of a house cat. Anything smaller than that, I don't want to eat. Would I try a house cat? I mean, how bad could it be, yo? They eat it in China. They feed it to us at fucking Panda Express. We just don't know about it. Would I willingly try it? Maybe. I might try some dog too. Depends on what type of dog. You don't want a dog that's too muscular because it's going to have some tough ass meat. You want one of those like little chunky, like a bulldog. I'm pretty sure you can pull like bacon strips off a bulldog. Little fat sons of bitches. It has to be at least the size of like a fucking house cat in order for me to eat it. Because I don't want to be eating insects. Cockroaches and frogs and shit, that's just kind of gross. If I was deserted on an island, I would definitely eat some cockroaches and shit though. Because I don't think I would want to die. Well, would you though? Would you want to, risk breaking an arm and dying of an infection like that? To where your leg just starts eating itself from some bacteria and then it starts going black. You can't feel it. Toes start falling off. And then you're getting hunted by some fucking lion or some, what are they called? The Komodo dragons that wait for you to die until they eat you. They just stalk you. Is that how you would want to go out? Or would you, want to die in the plane crash? Or the boat wreckage? How would you want to go out? I know if it was like a atomic bomb, I would definitely want to go out quick. No, that's a lie. I would definitely want to stick around. Just because I'm curious. Not even that I appreciate life that much. It's just because I'm curious. I would want to see what happens after this. And then if it sucks, then yeah, take me out. But meanwhile, I want to see, what's going on. Like, are there zombies? Are there going to be... There's going to be another civilization? Are people going to get together and be like, hey guys, let's document this so we never forget. And then 2,000 years from now, somebody takes it as a religion and then people are fighting and killing over it for countries and boundaries and stuff because of something that we wrote 2,000 years ago. But we just wrote it to keep, a log of what happened of stuff that we remember. And then somebody was like, no, this is the word from God. I don't know, man. That'd be kind of crazy, though. Living through, like, a nuclear war. We might see it with fucking Trump in office and then Kim Jong-un. El Kime. How do you say his name in Spanish? Kim. Fucking, that fool has a silly ass haircut. How are you gonna be so angry with the silly ass haircut? Like, nobody really takes you serious with that, penis haircut that you used to have. Now he has like some, I don't know, it kind of looks like a Phillips head screwdriver. Am I thinking of the right guy? How the fuck does he have his hair? I remember it going like kind of up and then to the back. Kind of like a pig's tail if you see it from on top. Kind of has like a pig's tail. He has like that Macklemore, Miley Cyrus haircut almost. Or am I completely making this up? I don't remember how that guy has his fucking haircut. He just doesn't affect me in my life. But we might see something like that happen, like some nuclear war. Because these fools are getting crazy. Everybody's egos at an all-time high. Everybody's got a fucking itchy trigger finger. We might see it, people. And I'm in Houston. There's nothing really important about Houston. I might not get hit with it. It might be out there in LA or New York. I hope I don't get hit with it. I don't want to be in the area to where you get radioactivity from either. Is that how you would say that? Where you don't get radioactivity? Because I don't want to, have to deal with cancer either. Because I've heard that kind of sucks. I want to be so far out. That's why it's good to be here in the middle. It would be good to be out there in Florida too, because I don't think they like Florida. They're like, what do they got? Disneyland and Miami? Well, there's no threat to us. We'll take out. Where do you think would be the most important cities to hit? Like New York, LA, maybe, DC. I hope I'm not getting put on no fucking like list or something from the FBI. Because I'm out here basically plotting or seeing what would be the worst cities to hit during the fucking catastrophe. No, I'm just curious, yo. Like, I'm scared to Google it too. Like, what would be the most likely places to be attacked during war in the United States? Because I don't want to get put on some like FBI list. Like, watch this guy. Because he's out here Googling terrorist shit. He's out here being weird. We need to keep an eye on this guy. And then they start watching my videos, and then they see that I'm really fucking weird, and they start recording me, and then they build a fucking case against me or something. I don't know, man. I'm lucky I'm out here in Houston, though. I don't think they'll attack here. And if they do, I got a whole bunch of gunslinger rednecks that will, back me up, because only thing they hate more than Mexicans are foreigners that are actually trying to invade their country. And some of them actually like Mexicans because they hire them for cheap. And they know that they're going to get their money's worth. Twice over, because we work hard. But at least I got them, got my back. And all these people on swangers, what they call them over here, swangers. Ugly ass rims. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry, people of Houston, but that's a terrible trend. I don't know how you guys got tricked into thinking it looks nice. I don't know what kind of brainwashing you guys have taken place. I don't know if it's something in the water, but that doesn't look good. I don't like isolating myself either. But I'm sorry, I have to speak out on that, because that poking out on the rims is very dangerous. You could easily fuck somebody's shins up on the sidewalk if you're not too careful, yo. You could probably take out one of the newspaper stands, if there are still any newspaper stands out there. Fuck up some light posts. You could fuck up another car, like if it was the that Grease racing scene where the knives come out of the freaking rim and just start fucking up the whole side of the car. That's what's gonna happen with the swingers one day. Somebody gets road rage, just starts driving. Somebody cuts him off. He's got them big rims that fucking poke out 18 feet on either side of him. He just all along the side of, his Ford Escort, just because he cut him off. Like, yo, man, what the fuck? One thing I noticed about over here in Texas is that people don't know how to drive whenever it rains. Whenever it rains, the speed limit goes from 65 on the highway to 30. And it's fucking annoying. But it's Texas' own damn fault, because they don't put any lines on the fucking highways. And they don't even have black roads, yo. They have it's like a khaki colored road. which is terrible for roads because they get all these potholes and shit. I wonder if there's like the second or third episode to where I bitch about the fucking roads in Texas. Because I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it more than once. But it's annoying, yo. It's fucking annoying. Invest a little bit of money into your city. Please, come on, government. Come on, Republicans. You can't have fucking private funding of highways because nobody's going to want to fund a fucking highway. Nobody wants to pay for the repairs of a highway. That's whenever the government has to step in a little bit. And, you know, be like, alright, well, we're going to fix these 8-foot potholes in the middle of the right lane going onto the 59 freeway. Alright, sorry about that. And we're going to close 45 for about 15 years. I remember my homeboy told me that they've been working on I-45 since he moved to Texas 20 years ago. I was like, that is fucking ridiculous. There's always been construction on that highway for 20 years and nothing ever gets done. Who do you think they're hiring? Think they're hiring a bunch of white people? Taking days off and shit. Getting their vacation days. They work for a union. You know what they need to hire? They need to hire some illegal Mexicans. That's what they need to do. Texas needs to hire some illegal Mexicans to get the roads done. Dude, Mexico has better roads than Texas. Well, at least Houston. Because Dallas has some pretty decent roads. Austin is getting there. But Houston, they're like, fuck it. Like, we're just going to leave the trash on the road. We're going to paint no lines. Fuck the city. There's too many trucks that drive here on the highway. It's too much maintenance. Too many people drive like assholes. Let's just get rid of some people by not having these roads safe. Because they always have that sign every year, bro. It's like 5,600 something deaths this year to date on Texas highways. Like, well, y'all don't fucking fix them. It's no surprise that people are always getting into accidents. People are always cutting off because they have freaking lanes that, you know, tell you that it's ending 200 feet after it ends. It's like, yo, man, what the fuck? Sometimes they don't even have the signs there to tell you it ends. Just driving down highway at 60 miles per hour, and then all of a sudden, there's no more lane where you were because you're supposed to merge. And nobody told you. You're like, oh shit. And now you got a fucking 18-wheeler to your left that isn't going to let you fucking enter because he's carrying 80 tons. No, 40 tons because it's 80,000 pounds. He's carrying 40 tons and you're trying to merge over. So you got to hit your brakes before you fucking hit the little guardrails. And it's Texas' own damn fault, man. Like, small government. We need a small government, one that interferes not at all with... I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say. But they need to fucking fund their some fucking roads, man. And some schools, too. Invest in schools. Everybody needs to invest in school, though. I'm tired of meeting dumb people. I'm tired of having to deal with these incredibly dumb people. It's not fun at all. I hate having to repeat myself and explain things more basically than necessary because somebody doesn't understand, because you're just wasting my time now. Like, I explained to you simple enough to where you should be able to get it, but now I gotta break it down even further for you, and then I gotta reanalyze some of the words that I use because you can't read past the 5th grade level. It's annoying, yo. I don't like doing it, but I think that's where we're heading. Just a bunch of dumb people making more dumb people. I think Bill Burr has a joke about that. Just a bunch of useless, not gonna invent shit people. I probably will too, though. I'll probably just make a kid to fucking use more resources, make more carbon dioxide, add to the global warming. That's probably all I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna have a gifted kid. Wouldn't that be terrible? It'd be extremely ironic. I'm over here talking shit about dumb people and I have a dumb kid. Dude, Jim Jeffries has a joke about that. I'm over here just repeating other fucking comics jokes and shit. Why did I say other comics? Like, if I'm a fucking comic. I'm over here repeating comics jokes. Is that how my podcast has become? Just referencing other people's jokes? No, man. But yeah, dude. I'm tired of dumb people. Like, we have Google. We have YouTube. We have, Wikipedia. We even have eHow. Which, yeah, it sounds like some Chinese guy that will make you some bomb-ass lo mein. But it's a website to where you can find out shit. We have all these different resources that you can use to find answers to stuff. And people still choose to assume shit. That's a sign of being fucking dumb. Don't assume shit. Find out for sure. Don't just sit there and make your own decisions on shit that you have no information over. Because it makes an ass out of you and me. Isn't that the old saying? Don't assume because it makes an ass out of you and me. How does it make an ass out of me, though? It makes an ass out of you. Because you're the only one assuming. Like, I don't feel dumb because you assumed. I feel like, yeah, this person's a fucking idiot because he assumed. Ask. Or use every sense. Because sometimes you don't even need to ask. Sometimes the information is given to you, but people refuse to even look for it. Like with prices on things, whenever I'm at the bar, we got prices right behind me of everything that they got. They have a chandelier, so it kind of blocks it. But if you look up just a little bit, you can see some of the prices, which is not going to give you all. If you move your head a little bit to the left, you'll be able to see all of them. And they still decide to ask me what everything costs. And then I have a shitload of liquors. People are always asking me, what all drinks do you have? I have like 52 bottles behind me. I have a lot. That's what I always tell them. Oh, I have a lot of drinks, man. Like, what kind do you want? And people are always like, I don't know. Like, oh, why do you come to the bar? Don't drink if you don't feel like drinking. Like, there's nothing worse than somebody who drinks because they feel like they have to drink. Like, drink because you want to. If you want to drink, you're going to know what you want to get whenever you go up to the bar. You're going to have an idea of something that you want to drink. You're not just going to be like, oh, well, what all do you have? See if something piques my interest. You're going to be like, no, I want, a beer. Do you have any type of this liquor? Okay, what drinks do you know how to make with that liquor? And then, I could tell you, like, ooh, I have this and this and this and this and this. Narrow it down. I have 52 fucking bottles behind me. I have, like, 4 juices. I have, like, 3 fucking soda combinations and Red Bull and mineral water and all this other shit. You know all the different types of fucking drinks I can make. I'm not going to sit here and name 352 fucking recipes for Mr. I can't decide what I want. Fucking have something in your mind already. Know kind of what you're in the mood for. And then I can help you from there. I can't help people that don't want to help themselves. Alright? It's just a tip for all you drinkers out there. Like, have some kind of clue on what you want for your bar. Look and see what they have. Look around. Move your head. Use your little eyeballs. Scope the place out. See what kind of liquors they have. Beers. See if they have a menu. They don't have a menu. Alright? I'm kind of in the mood for something with rum. I'm kind of in the mood for something with tequila. Let me know and then we can narrow it down. We can work from there. I can't just start naming off, oh, I got this and this and this and this and this and this and this. Because I'm going to be there for fucking 50 minutes trying to tell you something that might pique your interest. Like, I don't want to do all that shit, man. It's a waste of my time, and it's a waste of yours, and it's a waste of people that are behind you. Be considerate, please. Be considerate, because there's people behind you. And if you're turned away from me, I'm gonna skip you. If you're talking to somebody, I'm not gonna sit there and wait for you and be like, oh, this guy wants. I'm gonna move on to the next customer. I'm gonna be like, oh, this guy is clearly busy, so let me go on to this guy who actually wants to order something. I've never been to a club or stuff like that. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to work, but I don't give a shit. Cause like I said, I'm tired of dumb people, yo. I don't have the patience. I don't have the energy to deal with it. Yes, come a little bit prepared. You don't have to have all the answers, but have an idea of something that, you're talking about. Which people nowadays don't really do. They just assume shit. Which, if you really wanted to, I'm pretty sure you can go back into all my podcasts and make a compilation of me just assuming shit. But I don't give a fuck, man. I'm pretty sure that took up a good amount of time. That rambling. You know what? I don't have to fucking live the way I talk, alright? Do as I say, not as I do. Okay? I'm not the best example. I clearly have stuff I need to work on. I clearly am not the most intelligent person. But at least I make an attempt. So I don't have to be a butthole. So I don't have to ruin somebody's day with some dumbass question. I remember one time I was at Walmart, and it always happens like that too. I remember whenever I was working at Home Depot, I was wondering if it worked out for certain people the way it worked out for me, because I was at Walmart one time, and I was looking all up and down the aisles, and we had some little septic tank problems, so I decided to go get some Rid-X, which, for those that don't know, is a little like septic tank treatment thing, as opposed to, I don't know, basically eat the poop and the toilet paper that's in your septic tank. They're like little bacteria or something like that, and they're supposed to break it down and, clean up your septic tank. So I bought some of that. Well, I was looking to buy some of that, and I'm going up and down the aisles, and I'm looking, I don't find anything. Finally, I stop and I ask one of the Walmart employees in the little blue vest, who looks all depressed and looks like he hates his job. I ask one of them, hey, where's that Rid-X? And he just looks at me, then he looks down and he points. I look behind me, and it's right fucking behind me. The Rid-X is literally right behind me. I'm like, The second I give up looking is I'd come across it. And I had always wondered if that happened to people over there in Home Depot, and I was like, dude, it's fucking right there. I wonder if that ever happened to somebody, or if they're just dumb. Because nowadays it could be either one. They could, just give up, or they're truly just not trying to look and don't want to make any effort on their part to find something. It's like, guys, we have everything labeled: hardware, doors and windows, building materials, outside garden and shit, appliances. Just kind of use your head and break it down into what your problem is, categorize under, and start from there. Don't go up to fucking building materials people. Do you know anything about this pipe? No. No idea about that pipe. Because that's plumbing. You know where you can find out about plumbing? In the plumbing department. You know where you can find the plumbing department? Over there where it says plumbing. And they can help you out over there. But people don't even fucking bother to do that shit, yo. They just fucking go up there, don't want to make any effort on their part, expect the fucking business to do everything for them. And then they get mad because the people don't know what the fuck it is that they're talking about. Because they don't get paid or trained enough to do their job. I'm a first-hand witness of shit like that. because I've worked inside the belly of the beast, the big bad corporate markets. Is that what it's called? Corporate market? Corporate America? Yeah, corporate America. How different do you think shit's gonna be like 50, 60 years from now? As far as, like the way we do things, of like business wise and all these legal practices, how different do you think shit's gonna be in 50 to 60 years if we're still alive? Let's say no asteroids come destroy the earth, Jesus still hasn't came back, and I don't know, there's no Ebola plague that comes through, or some mutated fucking version of the flu virus that kills everyone. Let's say in 50, 60 years we're still standing. How different do you think shit's gonna be? As far as like business. Do you think we're still gonna be going to stores and buying shit? Or is that gonna be like an antiquated thing to do? Think we're just gonna have things teleported to us in 50 to 60 years? They're just gonna have like Amazon teleport, where they don't even deliver with drones or by 2-day shipping. Like you purchase something and then you have your little Amazon box that they send to you whenever you sign up for Prime. And in that box you receive all the things that you want via teleportation. Because I heard that they had actually found out how to teleport like a photon into something. Which, if I'm not mistaken, the photon is like a little particle of light. I don't know if that's true or not. There you go. You're just talking about assuming shit. But at least I'm telling you guys that I don't know. I think a photon is like a little particle of light. But I could be wrong. Whatever. They teleported a photon somewhere in a space out there in China because, China is actually investing in their education. And you rude ass fucking train. Anyways, China's out there actually investing in their education. You rude ass fucking train. Man, if I didn't fuck up the second time, people out there would have thought, that I just recorded the same thing twice or that it skipped or something. They're gonna be like, what the fuck? Did I accidentally hit the 10 seconds back on my YouTube while I was playing it? No, sorry. I just couldn't think of nothing else to say for this rude ass train. Oh, rude ass Thomas motherfucker. Anyways, yeah, out there in China, some scientists are the ones that discovered it. And I don't know how they did it. Something about whenever... This is what I read off of the Now This video on Facebook, so don't take my word for it because I actually haven't Googled any of this to see how true it actually is. But according to this Now This video on Facebook, something about whenever two particles or something are created in the same... I don't know what the fuck it says. Something about two particles are the same, and then they send one out there, and then they transfer information from one to the other. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But they said something about teleportation. So I thought it fit with what I was saying, and I was like, you know what? Let me just throw it in there to make it sound like I'm kind of smart. But yeah, they supposedly said that they kind of found out how to teleport something. Even though it was just like a photon, which is like a little atom or something. But I was talking about business, to where they're just gonna teleport shit to your house. That's how we're gonna purchase things. And that we're gonna have everything delivered. Basically everything is delivered now. You get meals delivered to your house. You get I don't know, shit from Amazon, like little jars and shit. And I don't know what all you buy from Amazon. What the fuck are the most popular things that you would buy from Amazon? I'm pretty sure you could find out, but I'm not going to. You get shit from eBay. You get used stuff from eBay shipped to your house now too. You get movies on demand, straight onto your fucking smart TV and all this shit. everything's gonna be done from home eventually. That's what's gonna happen, is that you're not gonna have to go out for shit. You're not gonna have to go out to buy anything because everything's gonna be in-house. It's gonna be sent to you, to where even tailored stuff can be done at home. And everybody's just gonna become more antisocial. People are gonna be more disconnected. And everybody's gonna get fatter. Because if they're not going out to buy their own fucking shit to eat, that means that they could just wait for the food to come to them. They don't even have to burn off calories to walk around and push the cart that carries all the shit that they're going to be putting in their mouth. That means that people are just going to get fatter, antisocial, and more introverted. Or is it going to make more people productive? Because then you could do more shit. There's going to be a whole entire business in that alone. I can guarantee you that, just shipping things to people's houses, as opposed to the USPS, to where, you know, they're just shipping mail and stuff to people's houses. Everything's going to be shipped directly to your house, because people don't want to go out anymore and pay for things and pick out things that they have to pay for. They're just gonna, you know, eventually do it all shipped. All the food, your car, your clothes, your condoms, your ice cream. They're gonna have the Ice Cream Man app, to whenever you want a ice cream bar or something like that, you could just go on your app and summon a fucking ice cream man. Be like, yo, man, I want some ice cream over here. Yo, I want some ice cream over here. It's going to be called Uber Ice Cream. Because, you know, Uber isn't that creative with their fucking branches of new ventures that they start. Like Uber Eats. It's like, yeah, that's kind of on the nose there, Uber. That's going to be their new one. Uber Ice Creams. You know what I could go for right now? A banana split. Either that or a cookies and cream milkshake. All because I fucking mentioned ice cream and I'm high as hell. Now I want some. I know it's not good for me. I know I'm supposed to be fucking like eating healthier, eating better. But it's hard though, yo. You know how much good food there is out there? Like, there's cheese danishes, there's pizza, there's fucking tacos, there's fucking tortas. There's a whole fucking list of good, amazing food. Oh, speaking of good, amazing food, I'm gonna make some dessert things, which I found on the internet. Because, you know, everything we find on the internet now is amazing. That's how we get all the information nowadays. No books, no, you know, conversations, just pure internet is where all of our information comes from. I seen something on the internet which was a pastry thing, and they look like roses, but what they did was they microwave some apples and stuff into the pastries, and they put cream cheese and some sugar and some vanilla and cinnamon and all that bullshit. Anyways, I'm gonna make it with bananas because the apples were kind of sour. They're kind of good. It tasted pretty decently with the apples, but I think a banana would taste much, 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 much better. I could be wrong, and I could just fuck up like 8 pastries, but I could be right, and I could make some bomb ass new desserts. But the original one with apples, they look like roses because of the apple shape, how it's circular. Whenever you roll it up into like the little roll that you need to roll it into, it mimics like a rose petal shape. So whenever you bake it, it opens up and it looks like a rose. these bananas don't really mimic the rose that much. I mean, I guess they could if I cut them thin enough, but then they might get burnt and they might become chips. Cause I still want like a squishy banana. I don't want a crunchy banana. I don't want to eat it like the Puerto Ricans and the Cubans do with those plantains where they deep fry the banana. Cause that to me is gross. Why do you want a fried greasy banana? Like, it's a fruit. Like, nobody wants a deep fried apple. It's like, hey, you want to try this deep fried peach? You want the you want the sautéed watermelon? No, motherfucker. Give it to me regular. I just want a regular fruit. But nah, man. I'm gonna try that tomorrow. Even though I know I said I'm gonna be trying to eat healthier. It's hard, man. It's fucking... I love food. It's my weakness. It's my kryptonite. It's food. It's taste. I like anything with good taste. And that's why I'm fat, yo. Because anything that tastes good is extremely unhealthy for you. That's the way the world works. Anything that feels good or, you know, is pleasurable usually can kill you. That's life in a nutshell right there. And like, if it feels good, you're probably gonna die early. Because you can't have too good of anything in life, because then it just destroys you. Because that's what life is. It's the sugar and the tree or something like that. Isn't that metaphor that Dave Chappelle had used? Something about like they put sugar traps in the tree, so whenever a monkey would grab it, you know, his fist was too big, but he wanted the sugar, so he wouldn't let go. So, you know, his fist wouldn't come out, and then they would just come out and just shoot the monkey. That's brilliant, by the way. Whoever fucking thought of that, kudos. That's smart. I would have probably never thought of that shit. You know, trapping a fucking monkey by putting some sugar in a fucking hollowed out tree. That's genius, yo. How does monkey taste? Now, I don't think I would want to try monkey simply because they're kind of like our relatives. It's kind of like eating your cousin, but not really. Eating your cousin as far as the species of life goes. The rainbow tree of life. I don't know. How the fuck do you define that shit? The spectrum of life. There we go. That's what I wanted. Rainbow. Why the fuck did I... Oh, because of the spectrum of fucking colors. Whatever. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Spectrum. The spectrum of life. That would be our cousins. Would be monkeys and gorillas and shit. I don't know if I would want to eat that. That'd be, you know, kind of like a... cannibalism adjacent, maybe? Or what if it's like the best meat you ever have? It's like more tender than the fucking juiciest steak you could think of. Fucking T-bone that was cooked just right to where it doesn't feel like it's still breathing. I don't like my fucking steaks with too much red meat in it. I like mine medium well. Not rare. I like my medium well. Simply because I feel like it's cooked enough to where I'm not gonna be able to fucking, I don't know, bite some raw flesh. People like those super rare and shit like that. I'm like, nah. That looks like a disease waiting to happen, and I'm not wanting to risk that because, I don't know. Eating cow isn't the way I want to go out. Although eating wouldn't be that bad of a way to go out. Or would it? Yeah, probably, because you're fucking... You ain't got no oxygen. Have you ever fucking been underwater too long? It's terrible. Your lungs start hurting. You feel like you're about to pass out. That's just fucking terrible. Yeah, I don't want to fucking die by food. I mean, what if I was poisoned though? How would the poison affect me though? Would it burn? Would it be a slow, painful death to, where it burns my kidneys and livers and shit? Or would it be a quick one? What would kill you quick? Dude, if I'm not on the FBI list by now, or with the other shit, I know I am by now. Like, I'm sure there's some guy listening to all my podcasts, and they already got all my email passwords because, let's face it, it's the NSA. They don't need an actual password. They could see all the, messages that I'm doing. But, I don't know. I have these weird thoughts. Dude, is this going to be the death podcast? This is a fucking very grim podcast, bro. I don't know if I like it. But I've been going on for a long time. Am I really sincere about it? Am I really passionate about it? Because I've had quite an opinion. No, because I also talked about, what was it? Some hamburgers. Which, I mean, that still kind of in a way is death because I'm eating meat. Which was once a life, but now it's not. Who decides what animals you can eat and which ones you can't? Like, can you eat bunny? Is that, like, bad for you? Would people look at you weird if you eat a bunny? Is anything cute off limits? Like, we like dogs, we like cats, we like bunnies, we like guinea pigs. You can't eat a guinea pig. Why can't you eat a guinea pig? Can you get little guinea bacon? Some little guinea bacon off of the guinea pig. That's second time. That's 2 times with the bacon joke. One with the bulldog and one with the guinea pig. It would have been funnier if I would have used it with the guinea pig at first. Didn't even mention the bulldog. But guinea pigs you can eat. Can't eat cats. What about birds? Can you eat birds? Like chickens, you could eat chickens. But you can't eat a parrot. Are parrots just not good meat? Have we tried to eat parrot? What if it tastes like chicken? It's just colorful. It's just like a confetti chicken. You know how they have like the little confetti cakes? But it's chicken. What if they have confetti chicken? That's what it looks like. It's just parrot. It's just parrot meat. Or hummingbirds. Well, hummingbirds would have to be more like a little chicken wing, right? You would eat them with buffalo sauce. It's just like, you want some buffalo hummingbird? Sure, why not? And then you just dip it in ranch in a little cup because they're little, Do those taste like chicken? Which is terrible whenever you think about it because all buffalo wings are just younger chickens. They're just not fully developed as the ones that they give you whenever they sell you the big packs of drumsticks and the breasts. Because those are probably the ones that they feed to you whenever they're done laying the eggs. I don't know. I don't know how the poultry business works. I would like to. I want to get into farming. Own some chickens. That's a good thing to start with too, because everybody's always going to need food. And even if you don't sell food, like if you don't make a profit off of your food, well, you still have food. Like, you're not going to go hungry because you went broke. Like, oh, what am I going to do with all this food if I can't sell it? You eat it, motherfucker. That'd be smart though. I'm definitely going to do that. Can you farm on an island? Yeah, you should be able to, right? Because some islands have like trees in them, like jungles and stuff. Or is that the same soil? Is that better soil? Is it worse? Because they can't all be sand, right? Like sand is mainly just on the ocean front, on the coast. But I also wouldn't want a tsunami to hit me. I would have to get me an island like in the Atlantic Ocean. But then you would have to deal with hurricanes. Damn, man, where would be a good place? Oh, big baller ass. I'm over here thinking about like where would be a good place to get a fucking island. Somebody has some fucking big dreams apparently. But for real though, let's say I won the lottery and I got $143 million or something like that. First thing I do, I buy my house. No, first thing you do, buy a property. Because once you buy the property, that's your property. You could, build your house on it. You can move just a little trailer on it. You could park your car on it and, just sleep in your fucking car. It's like, why does this car just come here at night and park randomly in this empty 2-acre field? Who knows? And it's just me sleeping in my car, but I own the property. Anyways, you buy the property first. Then you buy a house or a trailer or whatever it is that you feel like buying. Then you get your car. And then you pay your taxes. Alright? Because you don't want to Wesley Snipes this shit and then they come back and they take all your money. And then they put you in jail because you don't have that money, which I thought was supposed to be illegal. They shouldn't have debtor's prison anymore, right? That's something that was outlawed like a long time ago, but they'll put you in jail if you don't pay your taxes. Like, why is that illegal, but you can't do it with like credit cards? Because it's the same thing. It's debtor's prison. I don't have the money to pay my taxes right now, so we're gonna throw you in prison. That way you won't make any money in that time, so you still won't pay your taxes. Because that's the way we think. It's like, we're not gonna give you a job. We're not gonna give you the freedom to work a job to pay back what you owe. And we're gonna take away your freedom. Wait, did that make any sense? No, we're gonna... Yeah. Okay, here's what I wanted to say. This is how fucking high I am. We're gonna take away your freedom. That way you can't get a job to pay back the money that you owe. And instead of us recouping that money, we're gonna spend more money on you, throwing you in prison. Because that's how we work. See, that's what I wanted to fucking say. But I was too high. I couldn't, string together that whole fucking thought process. Or that whole thought. Thought. When did that become a fucking, what's it called? A derogatory term for women. It sounds so stupid. Thought. Oh, she a thought. Like, nobody fucking says that shit other than rappers. Rappers are the only fucking retards that say that shit. Thought. I know it's insensitive to say retard, but they're fucking retarded with that stupid word. They're practically sound like it. Just making up fucking words and shit. It's just that word though. I hate it. I hate that one and swag. Like, it's 2017. I'm still not on board with the swag. That shit came out like in 2008, 9, 10, 11, some fucking year like that. And it's still stupid as hell. It's still as stupid as the first year that it came out. Swag. And you know how they say, like, it's always just the old people that, are the people that aren't young that don't get it. I was young whenever that shit came out, bro. I was still in high school and I was like, no. I want nothing to do with swag. I want nothing to do with thought. Because I was still fairly young whenever that word thought came out. I think I was like 18. I was like 18 whenever that word thought came out. And I was like, that still sounds incredibly stupid. I wonder if people in the future, like the people that are alive now that are using those words and talking like that, in the future, if they're gonna hear themselves on their Instagram and Snapchat, because you know that shit's never gonna get deleted. All that shit's on there forever. Everything you put on the internet is there forever. And they're gonna look back at it and they're gonna be like, God, I sounded so fucking stupid. I can't believe I used to talk like that. I can't believe I used to wear those pants to where you could count the change in my pocket. Like, it's just... And everybody always says that about all the times that they live, and we're living in terrible times. But I think we have the perfect mix of stupid and information available. You know, because we have all the information on the world, in the world, on the internet. And people are too fucking stupid on how to figure it out, on how to actually use it. They're not curious enough to actually want to use that information that's on the internet. They just want, spoon-fed information. So it's the dumbest and the most information-full times that we are living in. Because now more than ever you could accomplish almost anything just using that internet, bro. Because there's never been a time like this to where you could just communicate to someone in fucking Asia and just talk to them, Like, I could hit up somebody over there in freaking Taiwan if I knew their email. Like, Taiwan@gmail.com. I'm pretty sure someone in Taiwan has that. If not, they're a fraud. You could just talk to somebody on the other side of the earth with the click of a button. It's fucking crazy, yo. But, how long have I been going, yo? That's not that bad. I still got a little bit to go. I want to give you a little bit of more content. A little bit of more. Look at this motherfucker adding words to his sentences and shit. But online, man. You think that's how they're gonna be teleporting people in the future? It's through the internet? Or is it gonna be... Dude, what if we're all just information in the future? Like, whenever... I know what it's gonna be, dog. I know what it's gonna be. They're gonna crack the code on DNA, which essentially is information. And they're gonna crack that while simultaneously cracking the code for the other teleportation shit that they need. And they're gonna crack the code on matter. All that shit's gonna eventually happen, and that's how we're gonna be teleporting people, yo. We're gonna figure out what matter is and what it breaks down into. And once, that information is available, the DNA thing is going to be cracked, because they're going to be working on that shit. And they're going to have the information from the DNA available and downloadable onto the whatever it is that they're downloading onto, because we still don't know how mass and DNA and shit like that really works, I guess, or something like that. I don't know. Maybe they do, but I'm no fucking scientist. They're gonna crack those two things, and once that they perfect the teleportation thing, that's how they're gonna do it. They're just gonna have information of DNA and matter teleported onto these other fucking platform or something like that. Dude, I fucking solved it. Watch. 80 years from now. No. Yeah. Let's say 80 years from now, yo, we're going to be teleporting. Because we're kind of dumb still. We're still doing a lot of dumb shit. Like, I seen a fucking video where some guy was jumping off of a fucking kid's playhouse into the pool. But the playhouse clearly wasn't stable. And it was not sturdy. So this idiot jumps, and once he pushes his feet down to propel himself to jump off of the house into the pool, he instead pushes the house back, and he stays in the same place and just falls vertically. you know, just falls down flat onto his fucking face, onto the concrete. So I say 80 years before we start teleporting anywhere because people like that are still living. And I don't trust giving it anything less than 50 years. But 80 years to be safe. It could be quicker because China might be doing some shit. You know, everything's made in China. Now they're taking all the fucking jobs. They're taking all our jobs. They're taking all the jobs. And that's why they hold our debt. Because we keep buying shit from China on credit. And like, come on, China, just raise my credit score a little bit more, man. Just raise my credit limit just a little bit more. I promise I'll start making higher payments. You can trust me. I'm getting my shit together. We're about to start investing in electricity. And Trump's gonna make America great again, people. And that's how we're gonna pay China back. Because they're gonna raise our credit limit, and then we're gonna make higher investments. No, we're just gonna keep spending spending money on shit we don't need, and shit that probably expires. That's America. America is the fucking rapper of all the countries. It flosses all its money. It talks itself up a lot. It's braggadocious. And it's extremely flashy. And we will put a cap in your ass. Well, some rappers will. At least America, the rapper, will. America is just a fucking gangster rapper, dude. That's all it is. It's just a gangster rapper. Among all the other countries. Dude, that's probably why hip-hop is so fucking mainstream. Because hip-hop is America. It's everything America really represents, if you really think about it. Dude, that's kind of crazy. Because, yeah, we're violent, stubborn, don't spend our money well, don't really invest. We, you know, that's the fallout of every fucking rapper. That's why all rappers are mainly broke. All the old ones, all the ones that had a couple songs, they're all probably broke now because they didn't invest their money out there buying fucking Ferraris and Murcielagos, you know, fucking Lambos, and what are the other ones? Maseratis and shit. Buying these big ass fucking mansions. Not being smart with their money. Obviously, that's America. That's what we are. America is the biggest gangster rapper. That's crazy. I don't want to be that type of rapper, yo. I want to be that that rapper that you can't tell has money but secretly does. Like, I look broke. I look like a homeless dude. Like, you know, I can't afford a haircut. It's like, damn, what's wrong with that dude? Damn, man, what the fuck was that? Shit scared the hell out of me, yo. I'm already all paranoid and shit over here. There's something falling on the fucking roof. Dude, I think them UFOs are back. Dude, it was the Navy. It's not the Navy, the Air Force. They're listening to me. I told y'all I was on some fucking FBI list. These fuckers done rappelled on to the roof of my fucking structure. About to kick in the windows. Gonna freaking hit my door down with that battering ram. And they're gonna come and lock me up. Oh no, man, because I'm not gonna be able to upload this on a YouTube. Because, you know, I still gotta adjust the volume levels and shit. That's fucking bullshit. Another 2 fucking hours that I'm gonna have wasted, yo. That would fucking suck. I lose another 2 hours of my life. This time because I got arrested. And I didn't get to put out the podcast on which I got arrested. So what should I talk about, yo? Can't think of nothing anymore, man. I think I already ran out of steam. I ran out of all of my brain juice. All my brain power done got used up. I got thrown off because of that fucking FBI shit, man. A freaking random hit. I don't know what the hell keeps falling on this or what keeps being thrown at it. It's creepy, yo. Because I can't see outside. I feel vulnerable in this little garage. Doesn't feel like there's enough in between me and whatever's out there to protect it. Like, if it was a bear's definitely gonna fucking break through this goddamn garage. He freaking puts it one paw on the side of the building, this fucking wall's coming down. So that's kind of structure I'm in. Kind of structure that the Toker Talk Tuesday podcast is being recorded on set with. No studio, no big budget. Just a man in a garage with UFOs constantly landing on the roof and trains in the background and the occasional 18-wheeler being a bitch and honking his horn out in the front and the occasional dog. So many fucking interruptions, man, which sucks. Don't worry, man, one day I'm gonna have me like a nice studio and it's gonna be all soundproof and shit, and then you'll just hear me and my heavy breathing and my constant swallowing because I have cotton mouth. That's all you're gonna be hearing one day. I promise. I'll pinky promise with all of you listeners, all 0 of you listeners. I'll pinky promise with all y'all. You know, that way I could double it up as a studio too, because it'll definitely come in handy. Like, why are you gonna pay for studio time whenever you could just build you a studio at your house? I guess whenever you're on the go. But you know what I would do? I would write whenever I'm like out on the road and shit and make beats, unless somebody wants to feature. Like, if I need a feature with somebody and they want it now, I'll be like, alright, stop over here, and then, you know, I'm gonna drop this verse and then send it to this person, and then, you know, that could be released and done and over with. But whenever I'm, you know, just recording an album, I don't want to be put in the studio. I want to be at my house. I want to be comfortable. I want to be so where I could just come in and out as I please and go get me something to eat, because I like to eat sometimes. Dude, that shit would be crazy. Have me like a little fucking kitchen there in my studio. Nah, fuck that, because I would get super fucking fat. I don't want to have food constantly in the parameters of me, because I would not get any work done. No music would be made. I would just get fat. That's where all my money's going to go, and I'm going to be another one of those broke fucking rappers because I didn't invest my money well. No, that's a terrible idea. No kitchen in the studio. Strictly fucking work whenever you're in the studio. Alright? Alright. And the occasional podcast, you know. I might have me a couch or something there in the studio. That way I could just hook up the mics and we could just start talking out there or something like that. Have me the Toker Talk Tuesday podcast in the studio with your boy, bro. That's gonna be my intro. Ooh, dude, I need to start making a fucking intro music. That's the next thing that I want to do. I want to start doing fucking intro music. That way, you know, whenever you tune into my podcast, it actually sounds like a podcast instead of just some random weirdo in a fucking garage talking to a microphone by himself in front of a laptop in front of a lowrider with things constantly interrupting him. That's gonna be the next thing. It's gonna be intro music. But when can I do that? That'll have to probably wait until after August, because unless I use one of the beats that I already have. But that would be kind of cheating. Plus, I don't think none of the beats that I have would fit as an intro for the podcast. Some of them are too fucking songy. That's not a word. I don't know, they're kind of like too quick or something. I would want something kind of slow, or they're kind of sad. Like, some of my instrumentals sound kind of sad. The other ones sound really serious. I don't want something too serious. either whenever it comes to my podcast. I want something kind of happy, but I don't know. I'll mess with different things or see if I have anything in the works that I didn't use for anything else, and then I want to come out with the intro music. Some guy left a comment on one of my other podcasts, said I could use some of the music that he has on his page, but he deleted his comments, so I think that he retracted his suggestion. So I'm not gonna bother. Plus, I don't know where to find it because I don't have his comment on my page no more. I don't know. Maybe it's my app. It's in my YouTube, or did he just delete it? He was just like, no, you know what? I was listening to it, and 13 minutes in, it was good, and then I kept listening to it while I was typing this, and it, turned into a terrible podcast. So I don't want to listen to it anymore. You know what? I retract my suggestion. You cannot use any of my music. If you decide to use any of my music, I will sue. That's probably what happened. I don't know. But yeah, man, should I do video? That'd be a little weird, though. Like, just a video of me here talking, all you get is, like, my facial suggestions. And then you actually get to see me talking to myself. Like, because whenever you hear me, it's not as visual. You just, like, listen to me talking. I'm just rambling on. I'm just saying nonsense. But if you actually see me talking to myself, that's a little weird. It's like, alright, this guy's definitely talking to himself. And you can see the facial expressions as he thinks what he is saying. And you can see how hard he struggles because of how high he is. Look at you. Oh, man. That's some good weed, though. That's how you know it's some good weed. Whenever you can sit here and have a conversation with yourself. Either that or I got fucking problems. That's one of two fucking options. Either some great weed or I have some fucking mental issues that I need to get, checking out. But you know what, man? Let's see how long we've been doing this for. Cause my foot's starting to hurt. Yo, I pulled a fucking muscle. I don't know. Well, Mexicans call it que se te metió aire. That's what Mexicans say it is. That air got inside your body somehow. I don't know how that makes any sense. I don't know if that's even scientifically possible that somehow you get air inside your body and it makes you hurt. Or if you just slept the wrong way and now your muscles hurt. But that's what Mexicans say. And that's what happened to me, like on my back. Like if I turn to the right, like this sharp pain right, near my shoulder blade, but in between my spine. Like it's not on my shoulder blade, but it's not actually on my spine. It's like that, that piece of muscle or meat that connects the two. That's like inside of your shoulder blade and connects it. I don't know how to fucking explain it. I would have to show you. See, this would be a good spot to have the video. Is in a situation like this to where I'm trying to explain and I just show you my back. Like, see, look right here. And if you can't see me, well, I'm sorry because I can't explain for shit. Sorry. But a video would have been a great, point. A great point of reference. Yeah. That's what I was trying to say. See, man, that's what weed does to you, kids. You get distracted while you're talking to yourself. Man. But this has been the Toker Talk Tuesday podcast. And thank you guys for listening. Thank you for joining me. I will see you guys next week. Also on Tuesday. And we will toke up and talk on Tuesday. Thank you.